Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Devin, and on this channel we talk about all things plants. We talk about how to take care of your plants, how to style with your plants, and a little bit of DIYing. If this is something that you are into, go ahead and subscribe to our channel because we got plenty of content about plants. So in today's video, as you've seen by the title, we're going to be talking about grow lights. And I just want to put a little disclaimer that I am not going to be going into like the scientific details of grow lights. This is pretty elementary use of grow lights and how I use them in my home. So I'm going to be covering over what type of grow lights I use, how I use them, and what results that I've seen from using them. And I don't know if I've ever said this of where I live. I live in Georgia, so we don't get extreme temperatures as some other places like the north and places that get snow. We're lucky that the temperatures rarely fall below 40. My plants do continue to grow a little bit throughout the winter season, and also since we have so many trees in Georgia that I actually have brighter light in the winter time because all the leaves have fallen off of the trees, so it allows the sun to come in through our house more. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and talk about some grow lights. Alright, so the first grow light that I use is actually by GE, and is this light bulb. I actually found this on Amazon and I think it's less than $10. So they label this grow light as a full spectrum grow light. These LED grow lights for indoor plants provide the perfect high quality plant light that will allow your indoor garden to bloom and flourish all year long. They use only about 9 watts of energy and they're really low heat, so they won't be using up a lot of your power bill, which is really nice, especially if you have it on for long periods of the day. I typically have mine on for at least 8 to 12 hours to try to kind of mimic a little bit of the sun schedule, and I know during wintertime the sun is up less than in the growing months like spring and summer. So how I use this light bulb throughout my house, I actually have it in 3 different places throughout my house. I have one in my bedroom, one in the office, and one actually right up behind me. For this one, I just plug it into a wall sconce up and it's pointing down at my plants, and this window behind me is actually an east-facing window. So plants like my Dracaena and plants that I have on my mantle, like my Monstera adansonii, my pothos, my snake plant, my Fittonia, and my satin pothos, all get direct light from this. So I added this light because throughout the day, since it only gets early morning sun, middle of the afternoon kind of got a lower light, so I wanted to boost the light in my house. So I'm not replacing the sun, I'm just adding to it. So keep that in mind when you're using grow lights, that you can use them to replace the sun, but it never will be as good as actual sun rays. This is kind of like an extra boost of light. So with the grow light in my living room, I've actually seen a lot of growth since using it. This is the one I've had the longest, and I think I've had it for almost a year now. And before, my Monstera really wasn't growing that much, and ever since I stocked it up and added this grow light, you can see a lot of new growth, and it's been consistent growth even throughout the winter months. The second place that I have it is actually in my bedroom, and I use it with a spotlight pointing up. It's similar to the wall sconce that I have in my living room, but this one I kind of wanted to figure out a way where I can add a grow light without it intruding on the decor of my space. So I actually found this spotlight from Target, which I'll have linked down below as well, to add extra light to the further corner of my room. So this gets kind of different types of light throughout the day. So it helps it, in the middle of the day where it doesn't get a lot of sun. It gets morning sun and evening sun. Now the grow light spotlight that I have in my bedroom is relatively new. I would say I got it a couple months ago, and I've seen a little bit of new growth, but I haven't really seen as much just because I haven't had it long, and I kind of got it during the winter season where this room does get a little less light. But knowing that it's the same light bulb as the one in my living room where I've seen a lot of growth, I'm really hopeful that it's actually helping the plants. And the third way I use this light bulb is up in my office where I have a bunch of my higher light plants, because this is actually a southwest facing window, so it gets the most extreme sun in my entire house. So I have a lot of my higher light plants, and I've actually had that one in as long as I've had the one in the living room, so almost around a year. And I've actually just plugged it into a lamp, which is a great way to use grow lights like this as well, because you can just screw it into the lamp like a regular light bulb, which I just use the classic IKEA lamp, which I think everybody's seen, but I'll also leave it in the description box below as well. All right, for the next grow light that I have, I actually don't have it like physically to show you because they are actually mounted on my shelves in my dining room. But what I really like about these is that I wanted to find something that I can kind of seamlessly hide into my decor but add extra light. So in this room, they actually are north facing, east facing, and west facing windows. So it kind of gets pretty good light throughout the day. But on my shelves, as you'll see, I have them mounted on top underneath each shelf. And on the very top level, I have them running across the entire back to kind of light up that space as well. And what's great about these is that they, like the GE light bulb, they are like a daylight full spectrum light, and these come with like an adhesive back to it, so you can stick it up or screw it into whatever surface you need it to be, so they can kind of go anywhere you need to, whether it needs to go on a wall or like I have underneath the shelf. And they come with timers of like 2 hours, 4 hours, and 8 hours at a time, where you can set it and forget it. So every day it'll turn on at the same time every time. And these are actually dimmable, so you can adjust the brightness depending on how much light you actually need. So with these, I've actually seen a lot of new growth with my plants, because most of my plants on this wall are on the north facing wall, and some are above the window. And so especially that strip of light on the very top shelf is very crucial to adding light. And ever since I've put it up there, things like my Monstera Deliciosa that hadn't put out new growth put a new leaf out. I've had my Orbifolia put out a new leaf, which it wasn't before. And my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma put out like 5 new leaves like almost instantly since I put that light up. So I've seen a lot of new growth with that, and places like my Syngoniums have really thrived under it. And every single plant I think has put out new growth even during the winter time with using these LED strip lights. And if any of you guys use grow lights in your house, comment down below and fill in any sort of information that I didn't share today to help other people out with grow lights, because they can seem a little daunting at first because there's so much information about which ones to use and all that sort of stuff. But like I said, I don't use these to replace the sunlight. I use these to enhance and help, and especially during winter time. And I haven't seen any negative effects from using them at all. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out, and it lets YouTube know that you guys are really liking my content. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
I'm coming back. Camel, look into the camera.